clickety clack, along main lines, rickety track.
She whispers softly in my ear,
just to say your last name.
Just find a place to make the sympathy easy.
that's just the way it is. Sit down, see when things could only get better.
Yet the same in so many ways.
I no recollection of the last time I came here.
But if we get much closer, I could lose control. And if your heart surrenders, you'll need me to hold.
I wouldn't be myself without you. Take a piece, take a picture of me. I don't care what happens, see, 'cause I know I'm happy.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our 17th edition of the Can Do Arts for Sustainable Development Open Mic for Open Minds in association with the Rivo Lounge. Last week was absolutely amazing, and from start to finish, I was absolutely captivated, apart from the bits that I do, obviously, by all the new stuff going on. I want to give a particular mention to a burgeoning jazz supergroup by the name of the Neon Bees, who, if you could read that, then fair play, because I had to watch it over and over again to catch the name of that. But it was just unbridled joy. And I look forward to seeing what they offer us in the future. And really pleased to know that, this week we've got some contributions from some new people. I shan't tip the wink. They will be along very shortly, and if you follow us regularly, then you'll know what those acts are. But yeah, so I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody for just keeping up the pressure, keeping up the commitment, and being part of something which is turning into a really, really special thing to be a part of.
Daddy, please hear this song that I sing. In your heart, there's a spark that just screams for a lover to bring a child to your chest that could play as you sleep. And love all you have left, like your boy used to be. Long ago, wrapped in sheets, warm and wet. Blister, please, with those wings in your spine. Love to be with a brother of mine. How he'd love to find your tongue in his teeth in a struggle to find secret songs that you keep wrapped in boxes so tight, sounding only at night as you sleep. And in my dreams you're alive and you're crying as your mouth moves in mine, soft and sweet. Rings of flowers round your eyes, and I'll love you for the rest of your life and you're real. Brothers, see, we are one in the same. And you left with your head filled with flames, and you watched as
your brains fell out through your teeth. Push the pieces in place, make your smile sweet to see. Don't you take this away, I'm still wanting my face on your cheek. And when we break, we'll wait for our miracle. God is a place where some holy spectacle lies. And when we break, we'll wait for our miracle. God is a place you will wait for the rest of your life. Two-headed boy, she is all you could need. She will feed you tomatoes and radio wires and retire to sheets safe and clean. But don't hate her when she gets up to leave.
Yay. Woo!
Sometimes sitting around passenger seat of the plane, black skies fly like a bird into the night like the flames, and it doesn't feel like I can take it again. It doesn't miss the fact that I already changed. Sometimes playing away when I've already loved, and the signs don't come down here, don't you let it stay the same. And it doesn't make me say it don't feel right. Doesn't make me stress or think it tonight. These days I feel the heat separating me, and we make shuffle our feet closer to surprise. And it doesn't make it feel so good tonight. Doesn't make me play with the thoughts all the time. So far I see the breeze picking up the leaves to the height, calling my name, trying to buy my time. And it doesn't make it feel so good tonight. Doesn't make me play with my thoughts all the time.
If you take a step towards me, you will take my breath away. So I'll keep you close and keep my secrets safe. No one else has ever loved me, no one else has ever tried. I never understood how much I could take. Then I saw the worst was over when I laid my eyes on you. It was all that I could do to know my place. Out of all the vast illusions, out of all the dreams come true, I was gone until I finally saw your face. And if you cried out for more, if you reached out for me, I would run into the storm just to keep you here with me. I have gone beyond my years, I have wasted half my life, but I found it all in you. Did I save you? 'Cause I know you saved me too. Let me take a step towards you. Let me feel you in my hands. Let me cross this line and show you where it leads. There's a darkness down inside me that I know we'll both enjoy, and it's screaming from within to set it free. I have left this bloody nightmare in my way but out of sight. All I want is deviation by design. Out of all the past confusion, out of all the common spite, just tell me I am yours, 'cause you are
sage, rosemary, and thyme. Remember me to one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. Tell her to make me a Cambridgeshire. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Without no seams the needle works, then she'll be a true love of mine. Tell her to find me an acre of land between the salt waters and the sea strand. Then she'll be a true love of mine. Tell her to reap it with a sickle of leather. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Gather it all with a bunch of heather. Then she'll be a true love of mine. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Remember me to a one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. She once was a true love of mine.
So it goes something a bit like this. I took the supermarket flowers from the windowsill. I threw the tea from the cup. Packed up the photo album Matthew had made. Memories of a life that's been loved. I took the get well soon cars and stuffed animals. I threw the old ginger beer down the sink. Dad always told me, don't you cry when you're down. But Mum, there's a tear every time that I blink. Oh, I'm in pieces and it's tearing me up. But I know a heart that's broke is a heart that's been loved. So I sing hallelujah. You are an angel in the shape of my mind. I fluffed the pillows, made the best, stacked the chest up, folded your nightgowns neatly in the case. John said he'd try them, put his hand on my cheek and wiped a tear from the side of my face. I hope that I see the world as you did, 'cause I know that life with love is a life that's been lived, so I sing hallelujah. You were an angel in the shape of my love. When I fell down, you'd be there holding me up. Spread your wings as you go, and when God takes you back, it's in hallelujah. Got to see the person I have become. Spread your wings, and I know that's when God takes you back. It's in hallelujah, you're home. Wow, it's lovely. Yeah?
While walking to Sudbury, I met my true love, making her way to the fair. In the market to Sudbury, her family was selling off all of their wares. I thought she'd be happy to see me that day, but her eyes, they filled up with tears. She told me her family were moving away, and she won't be back here for years. Oh Mary, I'm begging you, please take my hand. I'll marry you just as you are. You sparkle for me without diamonds or pearls. Mary, you're all of my world. You're all of my world. Well, I was so angry, I just couldn't see. As Mary, she started to cry. I knew that her father, he didn't like me. I've never been much in his eyes. I thought I knew why, but I couldn't be sure. For his objection to me, the cash that I get from the job I'm paid for, I'm making more money than he. Oh Mary, I'm begging you, please take my hand. I'll marry you just as you are. You sparkle for me without diamonds or pearls. Mary, you're all of my world. You're all of my world. Well, she told me her father had cursed her that day for daring to mention my name. He told her that I'd only lead her astray and blame me for all of his pain. Sweet Mary, my true love, let's run away. Well, your father will never agree. Well, I may not be rich, but I'm doing okay. Well, let's sail away and be free. Oh, Mary, I'm begging you, please take my hand. I'll marry you just as you are. You sparkle for me without diamonds or pearls. Mary, you're all of my world. Oh, Mary, I'm begging you, please take my hand. I'll marry you just as you are. Well, you sparkle for me without diamonds or pearls. Mary, you're all of my world. You're all of my world.
Thank you.
It's going to be a busy week this week because we're doing some bits and pieces here and there, and I've got a big gig tomorrow night. Online, I'm hosting a fundraiser for Black Lives Matter, and with 4 other poets and a few open micers, 3 poets from England, Nottingham, Stoke and London, and 1 from Virginia in the USA. And that should be an interesting evening. So I'm looking forward to that. So I've got to get ahead on my filming schedules and bits and pieces and get all this done in time. Okay. So first up, all right. I have to admit that I have been struggling recently. I've been writing stuff, but I'm not happy with it. All right. And so I fall back onto one of the things that gives me most joy, which is sharing works by other artists, all right, or reading poems by people who I've admired for a long time. And this poem that I'm going to read for you in a minute is a it's one of those poems that where the title has entered the language. Okay, and so you people will say that and you go, who said that? All right, and then of course, as soon as you start reading this poem, then you'll know it. You'll know some of the words of it anyway. So I'd like to share that with you. And the poem that I'm going to share with you today is, all right, by Dylan Thomas. All right, it was published in 1963, which I think is just after Under Milkwood, who broke through and what have you. But this is called "Do Not Go Gentle into That Good Night." Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Though wise men at their end, no dark is right. No dark is right. Because their words have forked no lightning, they do not go gentle into that good night. Good men, the last wave by, crying how bright their frail deeds might have danced in a green bay, rage, rage against the dying of the light. Wild men who caught and sang the sun in flight, and learned too late they grieved it on its way, do not go gentle into that good night. Grave men near death, who see with blinding sight, blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay, rage, rage against the dying of the light. And you, my father, there on the sad height, curse, bless me now, with your fierce tears I pray, do not go gentle into that good night, but rage, rage against the dying of the light. There you go, good old Dylan.
She walked in rain beside the sound of sleet, and noticed a wake, but not a trace of the vessel that had left it there. In this day's grey light, the shadow's hue about her face failed to blend pigment into the cool skin tones of miles off hillsides. Her little boat is anchored out in the bay. She has no fear of the ocean. but she wishes that she could set to sea without having to venture first where the sand is at its most precarious.
So the boy stands in the garden shooting crows. Of course, the cork that pops from the end of his rifle inflicts no real damage, but in the boy's mind's eye, he wings the winged creatures and watches as they skittle-bopple to the ground, hurtling, spinning, struggling, till they crash amongst the scrub at the far end of the garden with a silent flump of feather. The pop gun he holds, a present from his mother, is blue-barreled with amber-coloured grips on the wooden stock, the grips depicting a cowboy riding his faithful horse. He gets pleasure upon pleasure upon pleasure from the trigger, which has a safety position, which he, while taking aim, steadying himself, breathing carefully as he lines up a crow. And then he fires the cork, the rifle producing an utterly satisfying pop. Today, though, he's assassinating his granddad. Bang, grandpops, I shot you down, he squeals. Ah, the old man calls. Ah, flat palm to heart. I've been shot 6 times by a man on the run. And the little boy laughs to see such fun, and laughs like a drain as he reloads and shoots the old man in the face. Ha ha ha, grandpops, he cries, almost weeing himself with delight. And playing, they fall from the covered patio out into the heat of the day. And they run and they run and they run and they run, rabbit, run. Run they do, run through the small orchard. Pow, 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 calls the old man, aiming his fingers over his shoulder. And the boy can hardly stand for giggling, but manages to get a shot off and wounds his grandpops in the leg. Left. Shot you, grandpops, shot you, he calls. And they chase through the tomato vines and up past the peas and runner beans and along the rows of lettuce and courgette and twice round the compost heap. It gently sizzling in the midday sun, then back amongst the apples, pink-cheeked. Pow, pow, they both call. Generation chasing generation, life after life. Sun pursues forebear. Time tick, 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 tocking on forever on. Cycle and circle. And the old man reaches for a hanky and waves this in surrender. But the boy has no mercy and smokes the old man to the ground. There within the orchard they lie, exhausted, like the apples, wind-fallen to the earth, panting the same breath, laughing like drains, laugh the same laugh, laugh through the same shaped lips. Their happy eyes, and the sun shines down. They sit up and look skyward, the little boy mimicking his grandpops. He uses both hands to shield his eyes, and they sit and admire the infinite. And the sweat that stains the back of their shirts forms the same sweated pattern.
Here we are, the 17th edition, and we were coming to the end of tonight's show, which means the man himself, Mr. Ed Deedigan, will be serenading us very shortly. All right, but I just want to add one note to our thing, which is, if you want to contribute to our open mic, all right, if you know anybody who you feel like you'd like to see contribute to our open mic, don't be shy about sharing what we're doing, about tagging yourselves, about tagging your friends, about sending it to people who you think might be interested. All right, I mean, let's share it out. Let's show the thing some love. All right, and let's just wind this thing up, okay, up to another level where we can, where we want enough acts so that we can spread the films out, that we can, don't be afraid about sending multiple posts in. All right. You're quite willing and able and allowed to stalk us on social media. Okay. It's absolutely fine. We're not going to get weird about it. We're going to welcome your attention, all right, and your interest. So that's all for me tonight. I just want to say I hope you've enjoyed the show. I look forward to doing something for next week's. But until then, thank you very much, everybody, and good evening. Bye-bye.
I lit a thin green candle to make you jealous of me, but the room just filled up with mosquitoes. They heard that my body was free. Then I took the dust of a long sleepless night and I put it in your little shoe. Then I confess that I tortured the dress that you wore for the world to look through. I showed my heart to a doctor. He said I'd just have to quit. Then he wrote himself a prescription. Your name was mentioned in it. Then he locked himself in a library shelf with the details of our honeymoon. And I hear from the nurse that he's gotten much worse. His practice is all in a room. I heard of a saint who had loved you, so I studied all night in his school. He taught that the duty of lovers is to tarnish the golden rule. And just when I was sure that his teachings were pure, he drowned himself in a pool. Where his body is gone, but back here on the lawn, his spirit continues to drool. An Eskimo showed me a movie he'd recently taken of you. The poor man could hardly stop shivering. His lips and his fingers were blue. I suppose that he froze when the wind took your clothes. Guess he just never got warm. Oh, you stand there so nice in your blizzard of ice. Oh, please let me come into your storm. I lit a thin green candle to make you jealous of me. Thank you one and all. Love and peace and positivity. Freedom, people, freedom.